earliest Tard stories you can remember? Be me. Age 6. Kindergarten. Have a pretty small class, maybe 17 people total. Not one, but 2 of these kids are Tards. Tard 1 is a small girl with severe Tard speech, but she was mostly pretty quiet and never went into Tard rage as far as I remember. I remember helping her learn how to read. She is not the focus of our story today. Tard 2 is a tall and obese Asian boy with a perpetual glazed-over stare, and even worse Tard speech than Tard 1. Not kidding about how tall this kid was. He was 5-6 years old and probably was 5'5". The rest of the kids are a good foot shorter than him. Let's call him Johnny. One day in class. Class circle while teacher reads out loud. Suddenly, a nasally roar is emitted from across the room. Look over to see Johnny has stood up, wailing in Tard speech. Other kids are silent and scoot away from him. Teacher calmly asks him what's wrong. Johnny continues to babble incoherently in Tard speech. Tard Wrangler enters room to assess the situation. Before anything can happen, Johnny pulls down his pants and underwear and starts to take a dump. Get a front view seat of his ass. Luckily he's so fat that I don't see his dick. Tard girl from before has started to cry. Tard Wrangler panics, grabs Johnny by the arm and pulls him out of the room. Teacher tries to resume reading to us, but no one is paying attention. For another story still in kindergarten. Maybe 4 months after incident 1. Johnny probably caused other disasters between then and now, but none that I can remember. Getting on the bus to go home. Kindergarteners go on different bus than the rest of the elementary schoolers, since we get out earlier. Thus, the bus we rode home from school was one of the short buses the Tards usually take. We load in a different area than the Tard buses though. Sitting maybe 2 seats back from the front, reading a Magic Tree House book. Suddenly, I hear loud footsteps coming from outside. Look out the window. Oh god no. Johnny has breached containment and is dashing towards the bus. Tard Wranglers chasing him, somehow unable to catch up to an overweight kindergartner. He enters the bus, sits down in the front seat next to a ginger girl. She's obviously panicking, but doesn't want to offend the Tard. Johnny says something in Tard speech. No response. Tard freaks the fuck out, screaming at the top of his lungs. He fucking mounts her and starts thrusting up and down. Girl freaking out. Thank God he has clothes on. Tard Wranglers finally catch up and arrive on the bus. One of them tries to pull Johnny off. Johnny decks Wrangler in the face, knocking him to the ground. Still assaulting this poor girl. It takes not 1, not 2, but 3 fully grown adults, 2 Wranglers and the bus driver, to subdue this kindergartner. Ginger girl doesn't show up to school for a week. Never saw Johnny again.